Hello again. It is time for some more soul empowering hypnosis. Today's date is a very special date. It is July 12th, 2025. And I know 4 different people who have July 12th birthdays. All 4 of them, in their own way, are very, very special to me, my path, my trajectory. And one of them is either watching live tonight or is watching the recording soon. So happy birthday, Mandy. Love you. Okay, so what is the special animal that we'll get to work with on this very special day? Of course, we are always drawing our wisdom or inspiration from this beautiful book, Animal Spirit Guides by Dr. Stephen Farmer. And the spirit animal on this special day is the kite, K-I-T-E, and it is a bird of prey or a falcon. So the bullet points say, if kite shows up, it means take off your mask and let the world know who you really are. Next bullet point, trust that none of what you have to deal with in the next few days. This is like so ominous. I love how it's like, hey, great news. And then it's like, all right, let's do it. Okay. Team optimism. Trust that none of what you have to deal with in the next few days will be a crisis. So do your best to remain calm and centered no matter what. The kite's like, hey, it's going to be a shit show, but don't worry, it's cool. Like, what? Okay, kite. It's probably going to be fine. Okay, next bullet point. Take either a Tai Chi or a yoga class that emphasizes breathing and slow, gentle movements. Next bullet point. The next few days. What is this bird up to? The next few days will take adaptability and flexibility on your part as you maneuver around any twists and turns that your life takes. Next bullet point. Make sure you are eating healthy and organic foods as much as possible. Final bullet point. A few times each day, take several slow, deep breaths and count to 10 as you inhale and 10 as you exhale. All right. So I feel like what really stands out on this list, that first bullet point about taking off your mask, letting the world know who you really are, that's a big deal. Like we want to be able to be our truest selves, totally authentic as we navigate, the earth realm, space, planet, whatever you want to call it. So there is the really being yourself element. But then, okay, let's talk about this for a second because it is very like, Kite, are you trying to offer good news in the most backhanded way ever? The whole thing where it's like, next few days might be kind of crazy, but ultimately it'll be okay. I think what we want to do is we want to build such faith and trust and knowing that we're fully protected, but then also such adaptability and flexibility and the ability to go with the flow that even that we aren't flustered by finding out tomorrow is going to be good news, tomorrow is going to be average news, tomorrow is going to be bad news. We're just like, it's just going to be like whatever it is, and I'm fully protected and I'm fully fine and I'm not worried about it. Kind of like there are some people who are really scared of roller coasters, and then there's some people who love it. Like every element of that, the upside down, the twist, the turn, the pukey curves, the feeling like you're going to be ejected from the tracks at any moment. Some people love that. And it's the same ride. And it's just 2 totally different perspectives about what is going on. And if you're like me, the reason that I hate roller coasters, and every single time I've ever been on one, it hasn't been that many times because I do learn lessons eventually. Every single time I've hated it, and I've really just felt like I'm going to die. Like there are no guarantees. I have the ability to read the news. I know some people die on these things. Like this is not outside of the realm of possible, right? So the whole time I'm like, I'm going to die. I never want to do this. Why am I doing this? This is the worst idea. So dumb. I'm going to die in the dumbest way. I wasn't even enjoying myself. Like I am just hating life and my decisions and whoever asked me to go on the ride with them. Then there are other people that are like, this shit's fun and I'm going to be fine. And even if I'm not fine, this shit is still fun. And even if I die, that's still ultimately fine. Okay. So that was a very long way around to just say, whatever is going on in our lives, it's okay. Like, it's okay. And it's going to be okay. And it's probably better than okay. And it's probably going to be better than okay. And then the final thing that I want to say about that, just to tie it back to something very practical that I have, because I'll probably never be friends with a roller coaster, but with SEH, soul empowering hypnosis sessions, one of the things that we're really, really good at in SEH that the other hypnosis styles, for whatever reason, just don't seem to have not just locked into, but tapped into, is that a lot of the other hypnosis styles, they do not know what to do when the script is not working. Like, it goes into severe panic mode on the part of the practitioner whenever those rigid scripts are not functioning the way that we're told they're going to function. With SEH, it's different because when things start to get a little wonky, a little haywire, and I'm not being glass half full about this, I'm not being Pollyanna about this, I am being so 100% sincere about this. Whenever an SEH session starts to, get a little like, okay, we've got something different happening here, I actually get excited about it because I'm like, oh, we have something special. That's starting to gear up. Like, and to an untrained person, that is scary. To an untrained person, they don't know what to make of it. They don't know what to do about it. They don't know how to make the most of it. But to an SEH practitioner, that's when you're like, and so we begin, right? Like, now we're off to the races because now we're getting into the uncharted territory. And so I feel like the kite saying all this scary stuff about whatever it is that's coming up, that if we just pull that SEH awareness of the question marks really are exciting, the twists and turns really are exciting, like that's where like the juiciest part of the fruit is. Yeah, if we can just like tap into like, this is uncharted territory and this is like where the big payoffs are. I don't know. I think we can do something different with these bullet points. Let's do that. I think that's going to be, I've never done anything like that before. And feels like it wants to be done. So let's go with the flow and do the twist and turn version of this. And I didn't think this is the session we're having today, but it's the session that we're having today. Okay. Thank you, God. God says uncharted territory. It's where the fun begins. And on that note, let's begin. Okay, so get nice and cozy, grab your favorite pillow. And I'm going to close my eyes along with you. And beginning to enjoy the feeling of having your eyes closed. And beginning to focus on your breathing, which should be deep and regular, from way down to way up. And as you're taking those nice, deep, relaxing breaths, go ahead and begin to really feel, really enjoy the nourishing oxygen, the peaceful energy that flows in with each in-breath. And with each exhaling breath, beginning to really feel, really enjoy the feeling of letting go, releasing, relaxing more and more with each out breath. And as you continue to take those nice, deep, relaxing breaths, go ahead and from your heart invite in a really warm, loving, protecting energy. And this energy of protection begins to flow in to the top of your head. You may notice a color, a light, or a warmth as this energy of protection continues to flow from the top of your head all the way down your entire body, all the way down to the tips of your toes, so that your entire body is filled, bathed with this warm, loving, protecting energy. So much so that you begin to glow and radiate a halo of protection all the way around your entire body as you get to enjoy feeling so calm, so safe, so peaceful, and so protected. And as you continue to enjoy that wonderful feeling, go ahead and from your heart send out an invitation, a request to your soul, your guides, your spirit friends, your spirit animals, including the kite, just letting them know these words from your heart. I am open and I am ready for the loving wisdom, the helpful energy, the wonderful insights, the uncharted territory. I am open and I am ready. And taking your time, there's never any rush. Sending that invitation until it feels complete. And whenever you're ready, from your heart, go ahead and invite in the spirit animal kite. Knowing that when it appears, maybe you will see it, or maybe you will hear it, or sense it, or feel it, or just know that it's there. And however it shows up, go ahead and ask the kite, what would it like to share with you? And it may be energy or information or something different. But asking the kite now, what would it like to share with you? And we're going to sit quietly for a couple of minutes. And remember, you can always ask follow-up questions and clarifying questions if you ever want to know more. Sitting quietly for a couple of minutes now. Really enjoy. Taking a few more moments. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and invite the kite, your soul, your spirit guides, the subject matter experts that are perfect for helping with this. Go ahead and ask them to send you the energy, the wisdom, whatever it is that's perfect for you, that will really strengthen your adaptability, your flexibility. Remember, this is adaptability and flexibility for all things. So when good things come, you can open up and be even more receiving of good things. So inviting your team to help you with adaptability and flexibility for all that is to come. We'll sit quietly for a few minutes and allow those shifts to occur. Your life will be even more amazing after you do. Enjoy. Taking a few more moments. And we know that everything that comes up is for the greater good, for our greater good. There's always a silver lining. So that bullet point that says trust, that none of what you have to deal with in the next few days will be a crisis. So stay calm and centered no matter what. Let's turn this on its head and let's say whatever comes up in the next few days, experience, see, benefit from the good within it, because there is always good within whatever it is. So we're going to sit quietly for a few minutes. And again, it's like shifting a dial, where maybe some of us are set to seeing the crisis, some of us are set to seeing the drama. Let's change our dials to really easily seeing the good, the benefit, the silver lining, and then staying flexible and adaptable and rolling with all of the good that we are perceiving so easily. So turning those dials now, opening up that perspective now to really see and live the good. Sitting quietly for a few minutes. Enjoy. Taking a few more moments. Let's have a little more fun with this. Let's also, for this next exercise, go ahead and call in, dream, manifest, whatever phrase you like, a really amazing next few days, like fun, energetic, positive. So go ahead and imagine, feel, detail what an incredible next few days would be like. Well, let's just go ahead and create that together. We're going to sit quietly for a few minutes, really feeling, really envisioning an amazing next few days. Enjoy. Taking a few more moments. And as our final exercise for the evening, we're going to focus on that bullet point that says, take off your mask and let the world know who you really are. When I think about the people that I like the most, I like the ones that are really them. I can feel when people are phony, and I feel like a lot of people can feel it, whether consciously or subconsciously. So it's actually to your benefit to be the real you. Take off your mask and let the world know who you really are. We're going to sit quietly for a couple of minutes and just let your team help you with whatever that means for you. Enjoy. Taking a few more moments. And knowing that we'll be bringing you back in just a few moments, go ahead and send a lot of love, a lot of appreciation to your soul, your guides, your spirit friends, the kite. And allowing them to reciprocate and to send their love, their appreciation to you as well. And when we bring you back in just a few moments, knowing that all of your day-to-day activities will return just like normal. So driving, grocery shopping, dialing phone numbers, all of that will return just like normal. And you'll also come back in a way where this access, this connection, all of these beautiful shifts in energy will stay open and accessible at whatever percentage feels good to you. So beginning the process now, coming back to this time, this place, the cozy cushions underneath you, returning your focus to the sounds inside of the room and the sounds outside of the room. Also returning your focus, your awareness to your wonderful body and your wonderful breathing. And now as you're focusing on your breathing, really feeling the enlivening energy that flows in with each in-breath. Really feeling the vivacious energy that flows in with each in-breath. Really feeling the lighthearted, free-spirited energy that flows in with each in-breath. And taking 2, 3, or 4 more really enthusiastic, really energizing, really upbeat in-breaths. And then opening your eyes, wide awake and alert, and all the way back now. Welcome back. Well, I see a few comments. And then, I know that, I want to make sure I say this early because I think it takes a while for you to get what I'm saying, and then you to type what you're typing, then me for me to see what you're typing. There's a delay. How is your white kitten? I've been thinking about your white kitten for a few days, so just wondering, how all that turned out. Okay, and then, there are more comments. Oh, J. Manuel, don't worry about it. Better late than never. I'm happy that you're here. And then, okay, so remember, J. Manuel, it's not actually $1,000 litter box because I embellished. It's really more like 900. So there's this. It's an automated kitty litter cleaner, and it sort of looks like a globe or a dome, and it has a door, obviously. And so the cat goes inside of this globe or dome, and on the bottom of it is the litter. And so the cat goes in, goes to the bathroom, the cat leaves. This is a very smart litter box, which is why it's so expensive. So it senses the weight of the cat and knows that the cat's in there doing something, probably going to the bathroom, maybe other things, but it knows that a cat is in there. Then when the cat is done and it senses that there's no longer the weight or the movement of the cat, then what it does is it goes through this whole automatic rotation cycle. And it's a little too, it's easy to understand when you're watching it. It's complicated to figure out the words to say of what happens. But basically this device turns over and has different filters so that it allows the litter to slide through these filters, but then captures the clumps of waste from the cat. And then there's this big hole as the whole thing is turning around, and the clean litter is falling through in a secret compartment that it's keeping safe. But then the clumps of waste are being collected. Then those clumps of waste fall through this big hole, and underneath the big hole is a drawer with a essentially a trash bag that's catching all of this, so that when that drawer is full of all of the dropped waste, which takes maybe a week or 2 weeks for it to fill all the way up, then you open the drawer, you pull the bag, you tie it off, you put it in the garbage, and away it goes. And you've had to do nothing. Like you've had to do absolutely nothing to deal with that litter box other than like every 1 or 2 weeks, a bag of waste, you pull a drawer, tie it off, trash, put it in a new bag. That's it. And so people are like, why is there this thing that's $1,000 for kitty litter? I'm like, because it's worth it. Because like you dealing with cat litter, like, I don't know, at a maximum 4 times per month. Like that's unheard of. And there's a warranty, so it lasts for years. So over the course of time, yeah, it's pretty awesome. So that's why that exists. And if you want to look it up, it's called Whisper, or Whisker. Maybe it's Whisker litter robot. Okay. Then, why do people hide who they are? Fear of rejection. I think that it all goes back to evolution, and ultimately we're all trying to survive. Everybody's trying not to die. And whenever we were evolving, being part of a tribe wasn't just like a nice to have, it was a need to have. Like if you were 100,000 years ago and you get kicked out of your tribe, you're pretty much dead. Like you're not going to make it. You need the tribe, right? So I think that a huge part of why we act the way that we act and we're not true to ourselves, and why does peer pressure exist, right? Like why does people pleasing exist? Like why do these things that are hurtful pretty much to everybody, why do they exist? And I think it is purely because people are so on a very basic survival level terrified of being ostracized, because in the past, throughout a lot of our evolution, that translated to pretty much certain death. So I think that's why. Then Goth says, when it comes to autism, we mask in order to fit into society and their expectations. If we don't, we become outcast. Okay. Yeah, there. Invariably, though, I would get sensory overload and the mask would fall and would become, an outcast anyway. I would say that you're probably, I mean, God, I don't know your situation, but you're probably only an outcast to people who are kind of boring, like normal, like surface level creatures. I think that, and sorry, I know I'm being really judgmental when I say that, but I think that there are a lot of people who prefer, and I don't think it's the majority of us, unfortunately, but there are a lot of people who really prefer depth and uniqueness and authenticity. And like we actually prefer people who are different because they're just way more interesting. You can only enjoy the flavor of vanilla so many times, right? And yeah, I don't know why normal people are the way that they are. I think that like unique people are just so much more interesting. And I'm not even trying to be nice. Like I just think that they are. Okay. Yeah. And then God says, okay, apparently this is in the ether. So God says, it occurred to me this morning that everyone will try to mask to meet expectations. Okay. The white kitten across the rainbow bridge. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm also happy for the little kitten. I mean, it's got to be pretty sweet on the other side. Okay, so J. Manuela has a neighbor who has a kitty litter thing like that. Oh, good. Okay, so God says that there's going to be a profile picture change to more accurately reflect the current personality. Okay, yeah, they are surface level creatures. I feel weird judging people for being judgmental because it's just like perpetuating the cycle of judgment. But it is really, really confusing to me that everybody just like, I genuinely don't get it. Again, I'm not trying to be nice. I'm not trying to be edgy. I'm not trying to be like cool or against the grain. I just really don't understand normal people in a very true, like sincere way. When I used to be an elementary school teacher, I was a 6th grade science teacher for a few years, and like no contest, my favorite kids were the weird ones. And for me, weird is a term of endearment, where like they were really interesting, and they were definitely on the autism spectrum. One of them had an IEP for that, and he was an exceptional cartoonist. He also did claymation, like he made claymation videos. Like, how many 11-year-olds do you know who are making like pretty funny claymation videos? That is delightful. Like, that's so charming. And then, yeah, another one, like we were warned by the fifth grade teachers about what a like monster terrorist psychopath this kid was. And then this not the cartoonist claymation one. This is another one who's clearly on the spectrum, but in like that genius way. And actually, they're both geniuses, just in different ways. And so the one that everybody was like, he's a psychopath, like he's so mean to the other kids, like you're gonna hate him, watch out for that one. And that kid rolled in, and I was like, this kid is cool as shit. Like the reason, and I worked on him and his people, or worked with him on his people skills, and he came around, he was pretty good. But like it was obvious that he just didn't want to deal with these dummies. Like he just didn't want to deal with these dumb kids. And what's funny is that this is actually a really brilliant school. Like when I say these dumb kids, I mean dumb compared to him. They were actually smart kids, but they couldn't hold a candle to him. And I think he was just tired of it. And he's been stuck with these kids since kindergarten. And I think he's over it. And so everybody's saying that he's like such a monster, such a bad kid. And I'm like, no, like pay attention. Of course, I couldn't say this to any of the adults because these adults are normal adults. Like they're like, they don't get it. And so I just focused my attention on this kid and was like, hey, like maybe just say it to him nicer. Like I get it. Like you're really smart, but like they don't understand what you understand. So you just need to be nicer to them whenever you're expressing that. And he was like, okay. And then he was really, really nice. Well, in a very quirky way. I liked him a lot. But yeah, he was just smarter than the other kids, had been suffering through them for like since kindergarten. I'd be tired of it too, honestly. Okay, then let's see what else it is in the ether. 11. He's really, really talented. The claymation genius. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I just want to say there really, I know we're the minority. I know we are. But there really is a place for you, no matter, and I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to you, but there is a place for you no matter what your quirks are. And I've had the same issues. Like I am a lot. Like I'm a big personality, and I'm a lot better at it now because I'm starting to understand tact better. But for a long time, like I really rubbed people the wrong way, especially when I was growing up, because that's probably why I like these kids so much, because I understand them. Like I used to be that kid where I was like, why do I have to explain all this stuff to people? Can't I just tell them what to do? Because I've already worked through the explanation in my own head. Like, why do I have to work through walking these people through the explanation? Can't I just tell them the outcome? And then eventually I was like, man, they never listen unless I go through the whole explanation. Like I'm thinking about like when I was 13, just dealing with having to learn tact. So I get it. But yeah, just be yourself. Be nice to others while you're being yourself, and then call it a day. You're pretty good to go. Okay, final comments, then I'm gonna log off. Oh, you guys are so nice to each other. That's really sweet. I'm glad, Jamie. No, I'm so glad that it's therapeutic. Me too. Like this is my favorite hour of the day. And then Goth says it came from the ethers to me from the afterlife with heavy emotions. Yeah. So I know it's in the ether. There's something going on. I think it's yeah, something about like really being who you are and knowing that it is okay. And I'm also feeling, just based on these stories that I've been telling, us having to remember that the other people are also, that might be a lesson just for me. I don't know if that's for you guys as well. But you know how I was saying yesterday that one of my issues is that I get really easily annoyed at other people. I think that, like, having lived this lifetime trying to be more palatable to other people while still being true to myself, I also have to, like, be gracious in the other direction and understand that people are the way that they are. Like, I don't know why they're so normal. I don't know why they're like that. And I guess, yeah, so it's on me to get comfortable with them being who they are. Okay. I guess I get to sit with that now. Hope that was helpful for you too, but it was definitely helpful for me. Everybody's still learning. All right. Love you guys very much. I forgot to say what page number the kite was on. It's on pages 207 and 208. Tomorrow, we're going to do this again in almost exactly, wait, what is today? Saturday? Yes. In almost exactly 23 hours. Ooh, we'll be working with the kiwi. So that adorable flightless bird from New Zealand. So we'll be hanging out with the kiwi. I actually have touched a kiwi. Their feathers feel like fur. Like, they're really, really soft. Very sweet birds. Okay, awesome. We're going to have a good time tomorrow. Love you guys very much. Thank you for the excellent conversation and the therapy. It goes both ways, because a lot of times you can tell that, like, as I'm talking through things with you guys, like, I'm formulating and deepening my own thoughts about stuff. So it's really helpful. All right. Love you guys very much. See you tomorrow.